Hi everyone, Deacon Steve here. I just wanted to, send a little message to you today. I know that during this pandemic time here that we are going through, there's a lot of struggles that we all are going through right now. And one common thing that we all go through, and I've seen this when I'm on video conferencing at work, I've seen this on Facebook, and I've seen this with other people that I talk to. There's just one common thing that we all are struggling with right now, and that is bad haircuts. We all struggle right now with just haircuts and bad haircuts. I mean, I've seen haircuts that are just completely shave off, and others that are long, but in some way it's all some kind of bad haircuts. But that kind of remind me of a story that about my dad with bad haircuts. Years ago, when I was about 7 years old, we were refugees. We were living at Fort Chaffee in Arkansas, and one day my little brother Ben had a really bad fever. I mean, we're talking about he was running a temperature of 104 or 5 or so, and so my parents did not have any money for Tylenol. So my dad has a pair of haircut, clippers and scissors. So he just kind of hung a sign out in the main building to say haircut. And lo and behold, a gentleman came that day for a haircut. And in fact, looking back at now, he was the one and only customer. So he came up and he asked my dad for a haircut. And so my dad, of course, he's not, haircutting is not his forte. So he did his best on cutting this gentleman's hair. And afterward, this gentleman would say, well, how much is the haircut? And so my dad said, well, it's $2. And that was just enough to get Tylenol for my little brother, Ben, to get better. He could have charged him more, but he just said $2. So as soon as he paid him, my dad would just run to the pharmacy, got some Tylenol, and brought it back and gave it to my brother, and he was getting better. So we thought maybe that Sunday we'll just go to Mass and give thanks to the Lord for bringing this gentleman, this one and only customer, so that we can have money to get medicine for my brother. And as we was waiting, the priest would procession out, and lo and behold, it was that man that came for a haircut. And my dad was so embarrassed because it was truly a bad haircut. I mean, there was places that was off, there was part that was uneven, and he just could not believe that it was this priest. But the priest went on with Mass, and afterward recognized my dad as his barber, and life goes on. But that incident really kind of taught me something. It gave me 3 things that I've learned from that, which is one, this gentleman, he knew that we needed the help, and he came to haircut. He didn't have to come to us. He could have gone to other places, but for some reason God took him there that day, and he was willing to help us out, and then with the money that we got, it was helpful to get medicine for my brother. And 2, he noticed that we all needed help at the time. A lot of people during that time needed help, and he was willing to put himself in that situation. And then the third thing that really come to mind here is this is the second time that I have witnessed some kind of service by a priest, and something stirred in me that I wanted to do that. I wanted to be like him, to offer myself in some kind of service. And I didn't realize that at the time that was when God had planted the seed that possibly that I have a calling for the diaconate, and that was one of the things that I remember as I was discerning to be a deacon, and that story, that event came back up to me as well. So that's it. I wanted to share that with you during this time. I know, help each other out. Thank the people who are giving you a haircut, whether it's good or bad. They deserve it. And hang in there. I'm sure once this is all over, we're gonna get a good haircut. But until then, you are in my prayers, and I remain your humble deacon.